Sorry, I did not realize you would wake up with such a jump.
I didn't realize I was asleep.
How much have you been sleeping these last few days?
I honestly don't know.
As a second in command, you should be fully aware of the idea of delegating.
Fully aware of what?
Delegating. You got other people with your team.
Yeah, and they're all already working as much as I am too, so it's, there's not many of us. It's just Coaster right now. I think there was someone else too. Anyway, good morning, Delon.
Morning.
I hope you slept well.
Now I'm sort of worried that the reason why I haven't seen you when I wake up is because you haven't been sleeping.
I have been sleeping. I can promise you that. I'm an early morning riser. No, it's just me. It's when I worked for Martello, it was kind of drilled into me. Never could beat the habit.
I guess I understand that.
Yeah.
But me as
a military man.
But in there it's literally just that when it's time to sleep, you do sleep. And you stick to very strict schedule. Especially when you're in space. There's no sun to keep you.
I will be a little honest with you. I think the fact that I am in space is a factor with the amount of sleep I do get.
Too used to that. Too or not used enough on all the fluorescent lights.
I would no. It's just being in space in general.
You've been just planet side for most of your life then?
Not necessarily. Just not that I'm afraid. Spent most of my time on Venus before I left. Heard stories about, growing up, stories of people getting sucked out into space. It just...
You're from the Milky Way?
Yeah, I was born on Venus.
Huh. I guess I never thought about it. I'm so used to just knowing humans, but almost none of them are from Milky Way.
Well,
So that might just be UPA. As in most Milky Way people end up working for, well, human government, megacorps and the like.
That was me. Martello.
Right. I'm from here to UPA.
Yeah. Wanna go get some coffee?
Yeah, hopefully Chef has been working.
Yeah, I missed the fella. I haven't seen him in a bit.
He's taking a loss during an outing is hitting him hard.
I see. Well, on a lighter note, you have another movie night with Tashir.
That was
movie night with Tashir the other.
well. That was me and Tashir helping Chef just have a relax. Chatty was with us too.
I see. But I mean, you and Tashir though, you guys have like your own little movie night.
I will not be able to allow myself that. I'm not that far yet.
On. That's not what I saw at the bar the other night.
Yes, I'm fully aware of how hardly I'm being with them. But also, I'm not asking for it, but they come to me, so. Morning. I'm not gonna push them away.
No, don't do that.
Exactly.
Just, but go on, enjoy yourself when you can.
You're the second person to tell me that.
Because it's a fact. Morning. Morning, Katie.
Hi.
Your suit? What about it? Is it ready?
Right then.
You want to put it on? We'll find it. We'll find Natalia. We'll put it on. Is Natalia in there?
Nobody's there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I assume people are
Work
still
on it.
waking up.
Well, I can show you where they usually work on it. Yeah. Follow me.
Are you chatty?
Okay.
Core charging normally?
For the most part, I am plugging myself to the ship itself for any surplus of power I could siphon, so to not hinder any other systems. But it is still a little bit slow in terms of pace.
I guess there's something issue with the how it's supposed to charge from range.
Yes. Well, my core recycles its own energy and recharges right away, especially with the heat, when they do affect in some sort of way. But it has been a little bit slow, so I do plug myself to the ship itself, so I won't shut down.
Oh, that's good.
And even if I do, emergency power can always kick in and withstand the distress signal to flash frequency. So you will be one of the first to be completely notified of my situation.
Right. Emergency power is supposed to only happen during emergencies, so.
Yes. And my core shutdown is one of those emergencies.
Well, but better get at least some breakfast while I have the chance.
Yes. You never know what it is they can bring.
Let me double check something real quick. Western Dawn.
Yes, what's up?
Was Voidet's mention of Vega picking up the slack with Chef accepted? Is there some sort of food? Chef has not been making food for the last few days.
The 16, yes. Vega has had time during his routines to make some very basic provisions from the stock material we have.
Thank you.
Nothing fancy.
Right, sorry. Just double checking on something. Okay, go. Up. Thank you. So I was checking the systems. Apparently, there is basic. Nope. Okay. Stuff. This. Oh. You don't realize what you've lost until it's already lost.
You don't realize what you had until it's gone, is the phrase that you were looking for.
The point is, this is. I don't think Chef made this.
It's standard rations, right?
Mm-hmm. But definitely not made by Chef. At least. If he did, he was not putting his A game in it.
Where is Chef?
Not gonna room.
Why?
I don't know. Man's kind of grieving.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want coffee? I know how to work the microwave.
No, thank you. You'll make yourself some coffee then.
I'll have my decaf cup later.
Alright. I could drink, but I choose not to. Other people are better used for it other than me. Mostly do it to stick with the nuts, I guess.
I see. I'm pretty certain you have heard me explain what coffee does to me and all that.
I think I do recall, but I wouldn't mind hitting it again.
Caffeine has the opposite effect on me than for most humans. It doesn't make me more alert or more jittery. It calms me down a bit. It slows me down a bit, ever so slightly.
It is indeed the opposite effect of what coffee does.
It's become basically a morning routine for me to just not be in full alertness, ready to pull out the gun at the first sign of trouble.
Of course.
Means I also think in a more, the way I want to think when in a job like this.
Yes.
I really hope he's able to get himself out of the slump, though. Of all people to be hit with the depression is a chef. It's a big responsibility, especially since, thankfully, someone has gotten some work done, so we can at least eat.
Yes, but it is worrying how chefs being depressed.
It's a different thing when you see people you work with get injured and then someone you just met die in front of you. You keep thinking of what ifs, what could have done, how you could have been better. But sadly, that's just not the thing we can do.
No. We do think about all the what ifs. If I could have protected them better, or I could have put myself in this particular way to block the bullet and save them. But it is difficult to accept reality. It is never really.
I've lived through that myself. And it's one of the reasons why I say that the security team should be the one to have to carry that burden. Since most of us already have gone through it in the past.
Of course.
It's better for us to just increase our load than to force you to have to carry that.
Of course, but remember, you don't have to do it alone.
Of course not. We have a whole team.
And friends.
Well, yes. That's what this is. Times like this. I most likely have to check up on Chef though. I'll talk with him. Morning, Sid.
Morning.
From what I can tell, we are still someone has done some basic rations for us to eat.
There's a lot of food there.
Oh. Morning, Captain. From what I could tell, compared to the usual rations, someone else must have been doing the rations that we're currently eating.
I noticed. I had one earlier.
Ah.
It's possible.
Mm.
Nothing's considered.
Most likely before bed we should stop by Chef's room. I'm not going to tell him to get back to work, but definitely going to check up on him.
No, unfortunately.
Of course not.
He's not trying for what we are, so the shock of it all, I can only imagine.
He's the sort of person that some soldiers would be saying that that's what they fight for people to be able to grow up to be like that.
That's the point.
Mm.
We take on the responsibility so others don't have to. I'll leave you all to your meals.
Mm.
Would we have anyone on the ship that knows anything about horn care?
I do not think so.
Did Skrull have horns?
It kind of.
I'm trying to think, and sometimes the images of people are very just basic. So when I think of Kroll, large red, and then my brain fills in some like, yes, red humanoid devil, so I assume horns, but then I'm like, wait, does he have horns?
Why does I feel mildly racist? But you know, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sadly, if you don't have
Wait, no,
horns.
Costa has horns. Right?
Irma,
Mm. Good morning.
Who on this fucking
Good morning.
ship besides me has horns?
Around there. We can check. What are you looking for? We can check the reactor room. Natalia.
I haven't seen them.
Well, we're looking for.
Might not be awake yet then.
I would say our friendly therapist creature
Oh yeah,
has horns.
have horns.
Hmm.
I don't know if I want to trust Emerald with horn clippers or files near me.
We could do the
I'm gonna go see if Costa has horns or not. And
hopefully she's awake.
oh my god, there's Costa.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi, and I was correct. You do have horns. I'm not crazy.
When did I never have horns?
You know how sometimes you have like a general vision of what someone looks like, but you're missing the very fine details? My brain couldn't remember if you had horns or not.
Oh, yeah. Everyone from mine and girl species has horns.
So Carl does have horns.
They're small ones, but he has them.
What?
Mm.
Do you know how to take care of them?
I mean, at some point they stop growing, but sometimes if you want to, you can shave them down. It's as simple as like just cleaning stuff with body wash and stuff.
hmm. Whenever really last time I cared about my outward appearance.
Taking care of oneself is also important.
Hmm. Yes, but usually when you're a soldier, most of the time people only see you in armor, and your fellow squad mates don't care how you look because they're too exhausted from whatever they've been doing.
Of course. But nevertheless, it's also important to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Chatty, has there been any time to work on that plan with Vane?
I hope today we could start working on it. If not, hopefully soon.
Hmm. I see.
Miss Vane hasn't woke up as of yet, or they're maybe staying in their room for the time being. If they do wake up, I will ask them if they are free to start working on perhaps making a prototype.
Oh, it's out of his room.
Jeff?
Yeah. That's never a good reaction to get.
No.
I know it doesn't mean anything by it, but
For my judgment, his reaction might be he wouldn't want to worry you about his feelings. A bit like I did with my own problems and refused to
oh, Tashir,
get some help when I needed it.
chef's out of bed, or his room.
Oh, good.
Yes, but also saw me and immediately turned around.
Okay. But I hope he's okay.
Yep. Okay.
I guess now is not a good time.
I'll give him his space. He knows I will just ask if he's fine, but if he talks to anyone, I hope it's at least Tashir. Oh, who knows, maybe he just got out just so he could get drinks.
There is a possibility.
Well,
Doing better. Are you better? Are you doing better?
I'm fine.
Why aren't you, chefing? Okay, well. Okay. Okay, I don't, it's fine. Just, you know, it was nice seeing you in the kitchen from time to time. And I'm sure other people, you know, care, you know, about you, so.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand, but okay.
Thank you.
Right, well, we'll leave you be then.
Okay.
Oh,
when you're ready.
I was just getting a snack.
Yeah. Me and Tashir want smoke, so we'll stop by. Okay?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Don't be.
You know, be chef. Rest well.
Hopefully I won't shock myself.
I know I'm happy for the person that was here. Made him keep his door open a bit longer.
Yes.
It's quiet today.
For a change, I would say.
Well, I guess it tends to happen sometimes, especially after what happened yesterday.
Yes.
Morning, Burke. Excuse me. Just thank you for talking with him.
What? Hmm?
Thanks for talking with Chef.
Yeah, I just haven't seen him for a while.
Something that happened on a away mission is hit in the heart, so.
Okay. Guess you talked about it, but not enough for me to understand.
Yeah.
I was there. If you wish to know more.
What?
At
was
this point.
In that mission.
At this point, though, it happened, and it's in the past. So. Just
If
that's
you
why
wish
our
to know.
yeah, but that's why our rations gonna be a little less tasty until he is recovered.
Okay. I don't eat so much, but good to know.
Yes.
Not that I know of, no, but I can check.
Yeah, I remember Burke telling that to Delon while he was getting chewed out by Delon, but I feel like that should be the priority, is to finding those missing parts.
Yeah, missing parts that were put into the terminal, or parts were missing
That
from
were
the terminal?
that were taken out from the terminal, and then that's when Burke tried to fix the terminal, and that's what happened with broken terminal when Dashir was stuck in there.
I have no clue. I can ask Mercer if I see him today. I don't know exactly who is in charge of the...
Right, there's still that whole thing.
Good morning.
Morning, Officer
morning.
Palace.
Morning.
Yes. Don't mind me, I'm just leaving. I was doing inventory.
He was just getting a snack, apparently. I got him before he locked the door again. As I said, we will be stopping by. Check on him later, if you don't mind.
Cool. As long as you can more accurately explain what the fuck depression is to Tally.
Don't put that on me.
I had to. I had to explain it to her because she asked what the fuck was wrong with the chef, and I'm like, oh, it's probably because he has depression. And she's like, what's that? It's like, well, as some people jokingly say, the big sad.
I mean,
I
that
tried my
is
best to explain
maybe
what
the
it is
most
I have.
straightforward answer to that.
Yeah.
But it's
Then we
tough.
had the
But it's not the
conversation
Tale.
yet again of what to do with the bed.
The bed?
The dead.
Oh, yes.
Corpses.
Hmm. No.
Hi, Emra.
Morning, Amra.
A
I'm
panel
gonna save my
in
chances with
hydroponics
Meyer.
just now. Just letting you know. Apparently, right? Like it from it.
Hello.
Right, I did get the...
Officer DeLong,
Yes,
might I please have a word with you?
of course.
May you kindly review security footage in hydroponics? Miss Costa just told me a panel in hydroponics had wires ripped out, and I'm going to figure out who did it. With your help, if you would so entertain me.
Of course.
Finally, you
I'll
killed the
start.
person that connect.
Let's avoid that, but... Andrew was running around.
I called him on the comms.
Right. I'll
Costa did fix that problem.
I'll go start working.
Now, other than the missing terminal parts, but
Right. I'll start making I'll start combing through the logs and the camera footage and check whoever has been going in and out, and if there's anyone specific that seems to be...
you think this has anything to do with the training terminal missing its parts as well?
Yes, I understand. It's a worry.
I appreciate your help. I'm going to set this right here.
Right. Which terminal has that? This is that terminal. Wait, no. Yes, this is the terminal. Just like with the other terminal, though, this is the issue, isn't it? The thing is, the logs are fully obtuse, especially the longer they have been. On the other hand, though, we have... but it's only when opening and closing. I don't know what the situation is after they've been opened. I don't think there's any log past that.
I think we'll just separate it for the time being because of the security thing.
You know, Dallas, nothing against you, but that's just going to make Mr.
Do you
Burke
want me?
more...
You
No,
want
you're
me-
just going to make Mr. Burke more depressed by his admission if they see you and her feel close like that.
Burke.
This is a joke, by the way. I'm trying to levy the situation a bit. Apparently, at one point they
Mr. Burke fighting over the female human. Is that an issue we must cross over now?
No.
they were just complaining about the lack of available females on the ship. Apparently, at one point.
Oh, that was the other night when he was alone in the bar.
So please tell me that you have not decided to pursue Miss Jane. I say jokingly. Please understand. Because this is gonna
missing
take me a
parts.
while.
Don't look at me like that. Come on.
My concern. Your workplace relations are none of my concern unless they get in the way of your productivity.
The only reason why she was following me is because we were looking for Natalia, who's working on her suit. We have no idea where Natalia is right now.
Right.
So
Very good.
Well, as well,
Well,
let me give me a second. Okay, I'll have the
Take
crew
your time.
quarters camera open on this panel, so feel free to click the buttons here to have them open. So that so that while I'm working on the main panels, you can keep an eye. Because unless if she's still asleep or working, you can at least see her come out.
That's what we figured too when she was still asleep. But yeah, we were looking for her, and that's when we couldn't find her. I said I can go to the hydroponics, find something else to do. So that's when we walked in. We're going to water, but then we saw that the terminal, the console was messed with. So, and we had codes to fix it, and it's fixed. And
Do we know the last confirmable time that it was seen? I guess in this case by you, that you know
As
it
far
was
as I'm
in full
aware.
functionality.
As far as I'm aware, I entered hydroponics at what time was it? Around close to 1 in the morning. I checked it and no one was in there. So 0100. And before that, I was in there quite often and was everyone else. But if anyone technically has access to hydroponics, my concern is that Costa said it looked like somebody punched it out. It is outrageously inappropriate.
I trust your observations. And with Burke telling us about how there was the terminal, the training arena missing parts as well, I'm inclined to agree with that.
Out of character, is this a Lila
Is that a new
question or
person?
a Dawn question? Or a weird question?
I was about to pull them into a different DM channel because I have no idea on this answer.
Gotcha. Alright, well, I will be going through the logs. Now, the issue is the camera that looks through both the hydroponics is a moving one, so it has view of people moving to one of the doors very nicely, unless they specifically move below the camera, while for most of the time the back door, the one close to the hangar, is only visible at very certain times. So sadly sadly we only have very, very specific timings on when someone could be spotted leaving the area section. On the other hand, the other camera feed could show us people leaving the hangar doors, the hangar door side, possibly if they have left that way. That would require us to know the timings on when people have been and people left. How often are the doors closed? I guess that is a major question, because if I assume there are logs when it's opened and closed.
I try to keep the doors closed whenever I leave.
All right, so as you go and type into this and you look, you're going over every hour of the security footage, and as you said, the camera in hydroponics, it's not a fisheye, it's a rotating one, and you will see nothing. No one enter, no one exit. You do see that Sid did sleep in there, You see Palas enter and exit. You see multiple other people come in, check from the night shift. But nothing picks up. No panel perpetrator.
Sadly, because we don't have a more... The reason why I was able to point at Burke for the issue was because of the fact that the panel was completely fine when used by Sidian and Vane, but that's also an assumption on my part that the issue did not just manifest during that time and we got lucky. We work with just what information we have, and sadly the hydroponics have way more movement in it, especially during the night, between the night and the morning. It's very, very hard to make any pinpoints, and I don't think we could actually find a person specifically.
Well, that is a shame. I appreciate your support and your help, Officer Delon. It is...
There is one more thing I can think of checking. I might need an engineer's help to double check with me. You say it looked like it had been punched open, or...
That is what Costa reported to me
Costa.
the moment I walked in.
Because that would at least somewhat narrow down the possibilities if we knew what might have been used, or... Well, I could say who punched it, but who would punch a terminal with enough force to be able to get to the insides? I assume they used a tool.
I could think of the Krogan, but I haven't seen him in a while.
You know what else has the density and the muscle mass to do so? Of lock-in, and I will be questioning the one that I saw in there.
That is a fair assumption to also make, yes.
That is indeed.
Since, based on the information I saw, that Sidian apparently went in and didn't leave until much later.
Those complaints about needing fresh meat. Perhaps we'll have some.
I don't want to eat. Thank you.
I don't think the captain will let us.
Touch the water.
Yeah. Oh.
That bug took my water, Catalyst. The one that told me to get the water.
Do you know if it was the bug or not?
It was here, and then he was here, and then it was gone. I guess he was here. Who else would do it?
We'll go find you. We'll go get you another water. We'll go get you another water. Let's go to the mess hall. Let's go to the mess hall and get you another water. Chef is here. He will get it for you.
We're going to get the fuck out of here. We're going to deal with the Kettleheads later. Just a one.
Officer Sidian, I'm sorry for you ahead of time.
Do you mean ahead of... What? What? Elaborate.
Wait for Officer Palas. They will have reasons to ask.
Right.
I'll see if I can find an engineer to help me check.
Captain, good day.
Good day, boss. Oh,
You did not. You didn't, okay? You did not. Exactly.
Where are the engineers?
green button on the back or whatever?
No.
Won't mind giving chatting something to do, but Costa already checked it. Chatty, can I have your moment of your time?
Of course.
I don't want to experiment.
Message from Meyer to anyone in security. Have the new individual waiting in security.
Okay, let me tell you. Someone has damaged one of the panels in hydroponics. If you could check on it, and if you can figure out what was used to damage it.
Costa.
Based on the damage. According to Costa, it was punched. So based on that, I want you to have your also check it and see what opinion you could have of the damage.
So whatever happens,
If only we can, just so we have something more clues to use to figure out what has caused this.
Thank you.
Of course, I will do my best.
Excellent. Dallas, I'm asking Chatty to check the damage to see if they can see what might
It's already
have
been
caused
repaired.
it. It's been repaired.
Costa's the one who fixed it.
I understood.
If you want more insight, go to her about it.
I understand.
Let's dwindle down the
Sorry,
Okay, never mind then. Damage has been already done. I'll go check this new person.
Who did we see roaming around being shifted the entire morning?
It's alright.
Medical, judging by how you were handling all of that. Yay. Okay. Now let's see here.
Hello, Venturo.
Morning, Meyer.
We don't know if he's going to be a temp or staying with us, but we're going to get him in a room until then. And
Understood.
we can clean out the room later. Do you care about having a roommate at all?
I've had to deal with like 5 at a time, that's fine.
So I will state my room. I still am without a roommate.
Yes.
So if you want, you can put him in my room.
If you want to keep an eye, that could work. Otherwise, there's a completely empty room. Up to you.
I'm fine keeping an eye on them. But yes, it's up to you.
Oh wait, what? Wait, no. Emmy and Dahlia are in the same room. Okay. I could have sworn Captain made a thing about like having 2 of the same sector in the room.
The idea was that you had both people be from different, so that if something happens during sleep hours, they can bring people specifically from like 2 different sections without waking up too many people.
Something needs to happen with Vega and Natalia then. So technically, going underneath that rule set, you get your own room, or you sleep with a hyena. But I don't think she exists anymore. So yeah.
Yeah, I
Anyways.
believe they left. Possibly.
Possibly, we'll have to check. the logs of things and stuff and blah blah blah. Anyways, I can show you to where you will be staying while we figure the fuck out of all this, and we're gonna immediately talk to Captain.
Guess fall in then.
Welcome to Tower 1.
Thank you.
Curious.
What is?
But we have picked up another person. Don't know where. I don't think there was a log of someone ducking in.
Perhaps a report will be made later. I would assume.
I assume so. That's a second terminal that has been messed with, though. Why active terminals, though? Definitely not these terminals, though. Nobody would be that dumb.
So, if I am correct in this, someone is targeting terminals to maybe impede us, and the last one I was broken was in the hydroponics.
It's specifically broken, but also in a way that it's, if I had to assume based on the data, missing parts.
Missing parts?
Someone is going to the terminals and taking parts out and then leaving the terminal intact otherwise. The fact that it says it was punched implies that it was visibly broken. Though also at the same time, we technically have somebody we might assume did it at this point, but based on that conversation, it most likely was not him. I'm curious though now. I don't want to go. I don't want to go full paranoid though. Will it be worth the time to check terminals for any internal damage?
Well, it is still not the time to make assumption. We need more proof. We need more evidence. I would assume you would work like this. You would want to check the cameras, the logs, who entered.
Yes, and sadly, the camera logs were not really much help with this. Too much movement during the night shift. I don't know. The reason why I had someone to accuse with the training area was because of the very narrow time that I was able to check. But that was based on an assumption too. That the issue only cropped up randomly and not on the first use after the parts were missing. Something definitely needs to be done though. Well, if I'm not doing anything else, I'm gonna be patrolling more closely with areas.
Something to think about is, would that terminal be important in some way, or are they targeting terminals not used often?
That's the question, isn't it? But also both of the terminals were technically out of view at least a bit, and not important terminals. At least not directly. Yes. There are a lot of areas that we don't often move to watch, so maybe it's something to start checking nowadays. Like how often do we go to the hangar? Unless we actually need to use it.
We're going over here. We're going over here. Oh, I have an ADHD brain cell. Let's go. Oh, hi. You joining us?
Oh no, just patrolling. Keep an eye on things.
I have to say, having Tashio as a guide must be exciting.
Helps get them checked. I wonder though. That especially is a spot that nobody checks. Nobody really goes into, since we don't really need to use it outside of very specific situations.
Yes. Worth checking.
Hey, can someone go to security to help Vane put away her ship breacher?
Well, something else came up first. I'm on it. Realize I should maybe confirm. Excuse us. Argyle.
You remember how I mentioned that I needed to go down tonight, Chris? Yes.
Unfortunately, you're both the people I needed to find. There's some more unpleasant news.
Alright, what is it?
I have an ID on that merc we heard about.
Alright, let's hear it.
High value bounty target active in the region. No name, no details on equipment, but a moderately high danger level.
Moderately high, okay. There's as many other things you can come across, so. Duly noted. Any other details, or is that it?
Only what I was able to pull out from the contract.
What's their bounty for?
I'll wire you the details. It's high. Out of character, I don't have a number.
Lovely. Well, at least information is coming in now. And you're on medical leave now.
Oh, medical leave. Nonsense.
Hey, Mr. Captain.
Oh, the doctor says so.
Captain's orders, doctor's orders, second in command's orders.
Yes.
Speaking of, Vane, I assume you don't mind if I...
know.
No,
If you weren't
I assume you don't mind if I carry it.
I do mind, actually. I'll take it with me.
Understood.
I said if you weren't injured.
Besides, I don't
Just as you walk in, you see
magnetic suspension.
bandages all over Argyle.
Oh, yeah.
Specks of blood that haven't been quite cleaned up, and he looks very bruised and battered. He's also got
You know how much this thing weighs when it's not suspended?
More than I can comfortably carry without the enchantment. give engineering time to make that upgrade to the arm. Maybe at that point I might be able to carry it somewhat.
It's not going to fit in there, don't forget.
Right. We okay, we need to freaking make 100% certain we are.
For it, I know.
Does it have to be in the full size when it's not suspended?
Let me do a little math for you really fast. This is a constant state of electromagnetic suspension. It requires a constant energy input in order to maintain the compact shape.
Right.
0 power in, 0 shape out.
At this point, it's gonna sound like we're gonna have to make a separate little small guppy for it.
Or you could actually just let me take it with me like I've been asking.
Sadly, for the continued presence of mind for the rest of the crew. And also, we cannot really show favoritism in that way.
Favoritism. One of these days, I'm just gonna put in for a transfer.
Maybe it could be a small project. Just make a small extension, a locked container, similarly locked container that's just extra tall for it to fit in. Something on your mind, Chatty?
Yes. Why would a merc with a pretty high bounty would keep the identity sealed that much? In this line of work, it is not going to work in your favor, as people will wonder why your bounty is so high. So you will attract a lot of people, a lot of attention on you. That is bugging me.
That does imply possibly that they might not be having been a bounty hunter for long, but whatever equipment they have is stolen from a megacorp that put the bounty on them to try and get their equipment back. Or otherwise, or if it's not stolen equipment, otherwise stolen information, or generally just getting into the bad side of someone powerful enough.
Yes. As usually those bounties, yes.
Or having enough powerful friends to make sure that the information is kept hush-hush.
Or they have killed the people wanting to know.
Or whoever information brokers are in Nigeria currently are using that as an extra source of money by selling that extra information to those who are interested. There are many ways it could get into this situation. Sadly, we don't have a good enough track of what sort of person this is or what their connections are to make a guess on which reason it is. But right, back to what I was doing now. I want to check the upper floor external, the room that looks over the hangar.
We do need to know, yes.
It is a room that is separate from the rest of the ship. Very rarely in the view of anyone. could be easily be snuck in. I don't know if it even has that many ways of locking who goes in there though. But at least knowing if there's more damage done is important. The last time I was here was with the engineer friend, and while we got under attack.
Oh.
Thankfully,
Nonsense.
yes, we kinda
Right.
got pinned down until he opened the vent here and we were able to escape into the hangar. Right then, check for any obvious damage or things, as I ask for the EDMs. Question?
Possible answer.
Are you the DM handling the devices missing parts thing? Or is that Dawn?
Possibly. Depends on what missing parts you're talking about.
Well, the latest thing that we know of is the ones in hydroponics.
I'm not tracking the hydroponic ones specifically.
But in this case, you know the room that looks over the hangar in the upper floor?
Yep.
Me and Chatty are currently looking over the devices there to see if there's any noticeable, like, damage or something, like someone has been trying to open them up to get the parts inside.
Let me check with the other DMs real quick.
Yep. DMs are double checking. Just look over things. Check for any sites that could be easily reached but will be hard to spot.
Yes, I'm checking internally in the system itself, see if I'm seeing any errors.
Looking over all the terminals, you won't find any that look like they were tampered with.
Chatty is connecting to all the terminals and checking for, system damage.
Okay, give me a second.
Rolling. You have any bonuses to working with terminals?
No.
Understood. With an 18, looking it over, you're not going to see much damage. You will notice that there's some logs of when the ship was attacked previously and originally tried to be hacked. You see when it was attempted just the other day and a while back when they were able to open up the hangar door. However, you don't see anything past that.
Go on, looking at this panel, you see it doesn't really look like much. It looks like it was damaged previously but repaired. Probably something that happened during a fight.
I don't see anything that could be seen as new damage.
The log doesn't say anything bad happened here.
Alright, well, it's worth checking. This is out of the way.
A sonic experiment is about to be undertaken in Science Lab. All non-science-based personnel, please refrain from any entry or being near the lab at this moment. You'll be notified when it is clear.
I see. I assume you heard that too?
Yes.
Never really did anything with sonics myself, and especially since I got this, well, any chance basically went down the drain.
Was there something you were interested in?
No. Wait a minute. Oh. Excuse me. The music in my head, I realized, has been moving at extra speed, and I only just now realized it.
I do have some little glitches like this with my own music software.
Right, I was gonna walk through that way, but that goes past science. It's better to just take the long way around. Don't want something to happen because of people with cybernetics getting close.
I would want to be close either. It could be dangerous for me.
Well, yes, cybernetics don't really work well with sonics or vice versa.
No. Especially if someone gifted with those can release a burst of energy and overload my core.
Hello, Stuart.
Hello, Stuart. I hope you are doing well. You are well.
Costa? Hello? You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I heard you check the damage on the panel, the hydroponics. Dallas said that you will describe it that it had been punched through. Do you think it was with a tool?
I'm not.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Is it a delayed teleportation?
Sure, I am. Oh.
Headache.
Are you alright?
I'll be fine in a second.
No.
Uh,
Headache.
So, what was the question?
I was just curious if you had any idea what could have punched through it, since as extra leads.
I have no clue. When I looked in there, it was sparking, wires were ripped. I don't know much. I just know that I was asked to repair it.
Understood. Well, this means I have to keep more eyes open.
Run to his room after the captain barricaded himself. Psionic experiment in science. Don't go near it.
If you are a beta level scion on the ship, a chorus of screams reaches into your mind, and you are stunned where you are until further notice.
There definitely shall not be any damage on the bridge. Too obvious. Especially we used it yesterday. Anyone could have noticed if something was happening. Just randomly removing rough wires from hydroponics. Well, I say randomly, I'm making assumptions. Because at the same time, one could say it's sabotage that run the sabotage are fruit production, but one could also say it is someone trying to loot for worthwhile parts, its wires.
All those who have been affected by this event, in a single final shriek, everything goes quiet.
What other places could be possibly affected, or is it just the two of those? It's also not possible to just keep an eye on everyone, and that would be a hit on morale. And unnecessary. At the end of the day, the damage has been minimal, not...
I could be of help.
Think so?
Well, on a day shift, we're all going to be here around the ship, but on a night shift, there isn't as much people, and I do not require to sleep. I could go around and try to be sneaky, as one would say. See if I'm seeing any activities that could be suspicious.
Well, there's a chance though that then people on night shift will spot you and find you suspicious at that point.
Not if I do my own work on a night shift. I can be discreet if I want to, and many people might already find me awkward to look at, as, despite my name, I'm not one to talk that often.
I see.
I could be of help on that field, at least on the night shift. I will make sure that I do recharge myself when needed.
The thing is, we don't know if these are happening during the night shift or the day shift. All the situations are very much unknown. It would be simpler just to have people on cameras more, or at least patrolling, keep an eye out, but
would you like me to send you a recording of what I can see? At least to security. Well,
that only helps on the things you can see, and at that point you can just tell us if you see something out of the ordinary, and then we can take that specific piece of information separately.
Of course. I can do that on a night shift. Recording what I am seeing, and hopefully it can help with the investigation, as I wish to help.
The best we can do is make checks on some devices so we have the exact time that they were last checked logged.
Of course.
So that if something does happen, we can immediately say it was checked on this time and this date, and we can specify on what time it could have done. Do you think we should check the hangars, the lower floor terminals, if we have nothing else going on? Right.
Yes. We should go with that, and on the night shift I will make another round of the terminals, making sure they're all in working order and nothing has been tampered with. If something has been tampered with, I will do my best to investigate, but I will not touch it. So we can have a better assumption of when it was taken off, so to speak.
Nothing else, is just to make sure that if something does happen again, we can minimize the checkable area. I got lucky with the first one. This time we had too big of a time frame to get any proper information out of.
Yes.
Let me inform Weird that we have done so. We'll just spend some time here checking all these things. Hi again, Weird.
What's up?
Just so you know, Delon and Sati, I will also check the devices on the lower floor of the hangar, just so that it's logged that they've been checked at this date. So if somebody does fuck with them, we can specify. If
You're checking if the boxes in the hangar have been opened by anyone?
Well, we're mostly focusing on the devices, the terminals and the stuff, that if they've been fucked with and anything. And if not, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Delon, looking through the terminals, you won't really find any trace of any of the crew members messing with anything they shouldn't.
Yeah, I assumed as much. It's basically just a preparation in case someone does something.
Yeah.
That's all. Thank you. This is mostly for so the DMs know.
Racking.
I see no issues on my end.
There is no problem here either. The craft is in working condition.
Good. Make a quick report. Preventative information checkup. Venturo Delon, Chatty. Checkup on the hangar, lower and upper floor terminals for damage and tampering. Time date. Wait, 28th of voyage at this hour. Right then. Mostly worried just about...
Oh my god. That was extremely scary.
Well, that's now we know. And as some old human shows said, knowing is half the battle. It is very much correct statement, though.
It is the same in warfare.
True.
Most of what I heard, when you know your enemy, when you know the strategy of your enemy, you have already won the battle. As all you have to do is counter what they're doing. Therefore, it will exhaust their resources, and then it's an easy victory.
Based on the fact that we have terminals missing pieces, it is either act of sabotage or looting. Both are equally bad, though, in this case.
Yes.
But depending which it is, it changes the reason or the motives, but also how they act. If it's sabotage, they would most likely be targeting important devices and be more likely to take risks if they can take them out, since, well, especially with the higher risk damage. But if it's for just looting, for personal gain, then most likely they would go for smaller devices that one would not see or check often to minimize risk of being caught so that they can keep doing it. Though obviously one would want to not get caught, especially in a spaceship, so... Good work today, Tashir. How's the new person?
If it's sabotage, I will have to. I will have to check the AI core and the engines more often. If it is sabotage, it is definitely a place.
Well, going
that
up
could do
there,
the worst damage.
I don't think anyone could get near the AI core without immediately having it notify people.
Of course. Well, you never know. It could be a good hacker too.
Are those?
They're the prototypes, but yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
More sleek. And I assume
Oh.
bit more.
Bit different of a mechanism. Kosa actually set it up that this can stay on more permanently, and I can twist this off and exchange it out for my combative ones.
Right, that was the plan, wasn't it?
Well, it was more just getting new combative ones, but.
So now we just test them out and see if some glitches or anything happen.
They look really refined.
Yeah, she did a really
Wonderful
good
job. Yes.
Well, there is also the size difference at the end of the day. I could not imagine you with fingers that small.
It could help in many situations of constructing something.
That one.
But, yes.
I have little pop-ups.
Oh. Huh.
They're squishy.
That's neat.
I need to get used to these.
It's just so okay, why would you have those pads? I mean, most people just have the fingers.
Tactile sense. It's kind of hard to touch things with metal. Especially
Yes.
screens. My old ones had like this little special I guess heat thing in a fingertip that let me connect with my not a heat thing. What is it? Basically how pen styluses work. They let me connect with my device. These ones are more tactile. Squishy.
Right.
Imitating a finger.
It took me a while to learn how to actually use weapons with this hand. Using your, trigger finger, all that.
Yes.
A lot of time I would,
very difficult.
some of the practice weapons would have their triggers, snap. Since I was pulling them way too much. I think because there technically isn't a feeling of me, doing this. Yet I have something. It's like there's some reaction that my brain just thinks of my
It's a
fingers
muscle memory.
pushing something. And I don't know if it's just part of the hand, if there's something like it sends a signal when the finger, presses against something. It's not tactile sense, it's more of a obstruction in the way. Notice. Yes, me and Chaddy have been checking some terminals around the hangar, just in case.
Everything is at least in order there. But I will be there on a night shift to do another round of checking terminals, interfaces, see if they have been touching. If they were, then I will have everything recorded so I can send to security directly. But one particular passage of I have noticed a terminal being tampered with or has been tampered with, and go with every angle of how they have been tampered with, so...
Of course, there's also...
something to investigate.
Of course, there's also the complete possibility that whoever's done it has realized they've been noticed twice because, well, we have not been really subtle about... People have not been really subtle about this being a thing. There's also a possibility that they now come to the realization that they're being a bit too not subtle themselves and just stop. Either way.
Very worried now about Chef. Sorry, ping pong brain.
Right, you were talking with them earlier.
Yeah, and then when Captain did the announcement about the science lab, he ran to his room, barred it.
Oh no.
He's showing massive signs of PTSD.
Right.
Like the signs that war vets kind of get when they've been in service for how many years.
Oh no.
Couldn't keep eye contact, kept tracking around corners, jumping at any door. Hell, looking at the sound of intercom. I tried to give him advice, mostly in the fact of he's scared the Kettleheads will come on board again. And so you worked there for it, Chatty. I tried to give him the advice of memorizing our footsteps. It's at least what I've done, mostly to help my own, but I don't know how it'll work for him. Apparently, Emra's a therapist.
Yeah. They are the one who calmed me down by one time when Vega had their own PTSD episode.
I see.
It shook me.
I asked Valora to notify Emra to see if I can help.
Do you think we can avoid spooking him when we are behind the door if we sang one of the songs from those movies we watched?
No idea.
Just something familiar that he recognizes us on immediately. Because just a normal knock at this point seems like it might not help.
Hiya.
Oh, hi-oh.
Oh, hello. Let me introduce myself, Venturo Delon, second officer of the security team. Like I said earlier,
Nice to meet you.
welcome to Tara 1.
Yeah. Thank you.
The one in 03 I mentioned.
Right.
If there's any issues or anything you spot and want to ask about, feel free to come to me.
How often do we have man-eating viruses on board?
Viruses?
That's apparently what the medical convention was, working on or working with.
Oh yeah, we did kind of go help with them with some stuff about something.
I see.
This is a new individual.
Yeah. Oh, right. Tally. First off, UPA logo. They're part of the UPA. Second off, this is Kit, until it's confirmed, a temporary medical. we're trying to talk with people to get them as a permanent.
So I am not to shoot them.
No.
Understood.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Please don't. Yeah, please don't shoot me.
They are doing the due process by asking security first.
Of course.
And you lack a weapon to shoot her first, so. Sorry.
What is your... You said that they were a medic, correct?
Yes.
I see.
Have you seen Palos?
Interesting.
Thank you.
It will be nice to work with you.
Mm-hmm. Nice to work with you as well. Home. Chip.
Okay.
Actually, wait.
Hmm?
I need to carefully.
I was actually thinking.
I'm gonna have to get my own bag to practice with, or just something to pick up over and over again.
Oh yeah, that didn't notice until okay, because you had slightly different stuff going on before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These were what Costa was gonna help me with. These are a prototype of new arm for me. Field testing. Trying to get used to them.
How much is the new tactile sense keeping your brain busy?
I can mildly feel at least the fingertips, but Costa didn't program them to have that. I think my brain's just being weird.
Huh.
Hi, hello, welcome to the
But
ship.
if the feeling
I'm
continues,
Dallas.
I can ask her to make it an actual
Nice to meet you,
intentional
Dallas.
feature.
Kit.
Mm.
Navarre.
Kit? Yeah, medical?
Medical.
Yeah, I heard Sid was looking around for someone in medical. I'm assuming they were trying to get someone to introduce you or something.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome. I hope you weren't affected by what just happened earlier.
Nothing to,
Be one hell of a first day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm second of science, so if there's any, and one of the technicians operate computers or whatever, so if you need something from help with something like that, please feel free to come to me about it.
Sure, yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Speaking of Dallas, just so you're aware, me and Chatty have been checked the terminals in both the upper floor and the lower floor of hangar, just in case.
Anything else happen?
No, they are all being completely fine. No issues.
That's good.
Yes, and now we know that if something does bring up, we know that before now, it's been fine.
Indeed. All right. Well. Me? Yes. All right. Well, we'll look for Natalia.
Yeah, just looking
Can you
from
see
this.
Natalia at all?
I can see the
No.
sides.
All right. Keep an
For
eye out.
me, it's more closed.
Get rid of this.
Mm-hmm. I'm fine with the open
Oh, yeah, it was
design.
a flesh-eating virus. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you can feel it. Just,
It's safely sealed away.
It means that if you ever go to a planet with a lot of
We were
dust
moving
or
it
sand
because
or
the
anything,
whole
you might
experiment that just happened in the
wanna
lab. We wanted to make sure it wasn't
get like a
similar in
Q-tip
case
or something to
burst the valves. We didn't, we want
do some extra cleaning.
That's where you get like an air can.
So we
goes
took it
over.
in cold storage and then we brought it back after.
True, that also works.
Also make sure
Yeah,
that
that
no
was that.
moisture
I
is in
carried
there.
a flesh-eating virus around twice today.
Very much so, yeah.
Don't worry, I've been detoxed, so nothing else to. Be 10.
Right, the Q-tips might start breaking in and leave some stuff in here, so it's like wrong hand. So did Costa help with the... Is Costa able to up with the horns?
Oh, Meyer apparently knows how to cut down horns, so I'm gonna ask Meyer to help.
Meyer?
Later tonight. Yeah. It's medical. Be easier.
True enough. Also, if something does
actually try
happen...
to see if I can get them fully down. Start over on growing them.
Well, it's gonna take me a while to get used to that view.
It's better than whatever's happening here. It's becoming increasingly difficult to put shirts on.
Fair enough.
I mean, I got used to the side horns like really quickly, having to wear clothes. And I just gotta send out the collar, and then that also leaves room for my ears. But like, there's a reason this is just a up and zip. Yeah.
I mean,
Over my head.
I literally rip my own shirt sleeves off.
You know, you can, like, what's the term? Seam rip at the seam where it connects on the shoulder.
Yes, I don't mean like I just take it and just... No, I mean like I just...
You'd be surprised how many people have done that.
Well, yes, the first time I did it, yes. And then I realized how, like, much damaged it looks on the side, and I actually look it up, like, is there a better way? And turns out, yes. It's mostly because, you know, kept getting stuck in things and stuff, and I just felt uncomfortable, even though I don't feel anything on the hand. And now I'm just used to it.
These aren't as clunky, and they're like really responsive, and I'm trying to get used to
Fuck my
that.
stupid, shitty life.
Okay. You want a bullet between the eyes? I can do that.
Right.
Sorry.
Chatty, feel
That
free
was
to
a
yes, Chatty, feel free to never mention that security said something like that.
That was a slip.
We will have those days, I would say.
I'm so used to hearing that and then them jumping into the incinerator, so
Oh.
It's not here.
Stay with Hollis.
Yeah, sadly in here you hear that, and the next sound you hear is the clinking of glass.
Yeah,
yeah, you just angry.
I didn't touch the terminal. Please believe me.
Do you mean the hydroponics or the one up there? Or down there?
Wherever the terminal is, because I don't even know which one it was. But it wasn't me. Ask the captain, ask Dr. Tolley, ask Mercer. It wasn't me.
I will not put anything towards you unless there is tactile proof. I can promise you that much.
That you think that you're automatically the suspect is kind of telling us something.
And I'm sorry, but the one piece of irrefutable proof was you walking in there and you having not informed anyone.
This year, I was suspected by 2 people before I heard that something was wrong with the terminal. I didn't even hear the problem part. I heard my involvement, my possible involvement.
It's based from your personality.
It's not a personality thing. It's like a...
You act shady. You were shady.
Okay,
you were
how?
a criminal. Didn't you
falsely
steal a bottle
excused?
of alcohol the first day that you were here?
It's not stealing if it's all in a case for everyone to grab at any time. That's not stealing.
True.
That's called a la carte. See? See?
You're just
Act
always
shady,
on edge,
that's gone.
which can be counted as acting shady.
I'm like the
Like, you're
chillest
trying
guy in
to
the ship. What are you
always
talking
hide
about?
People see you walk
Hide what?
towards them, you spot them, and then you turn around after spotting them.
Okay, I'll be honest. That's fucking with people. It's pretty funny.
Burke, I've seen fucking other convicts. Don't fucking try to play with this, okay? What you are doing
Play with
marks you as an automatic fucking target for people in their brains. It's a stereotypical thing. Mind you that. Just
Yes,
breathe.
I won't lie.
We're not
I had to work.
automatically assuming that you are the person. Okay? We are not automatically assuming you are the suspect of this. We will find as much evidence as we can. Chill. We're not gonna fucking kill you. Unless you want us to. But then that means we need your consent to do that. There. We won't fucking kill you. Congrats.
I didn't think you were gonna kill me. I just don't think that.
How many times have you said that the captain was after you?
That was
or
different.
any of the heads of the
He
departments
was.
were after you?
That was different. Sid changed his mind. I don't know how. It must be a Vlakan thing.
Sid? Huh.
Yeah.
Man, they are fucking. Okay.
You didn't know that? Not like obvious?
Excuse me?
There was a suspicion. There was a suspicion of it.
I saw. I thought Sidian was just designated as.
How many times have we seen Sid come out of the captain's room?
I seen it once. I saw him go into the captain's room by himself, so I assumed like, oh, I guess he's assigned as his personal bodyguard at this point.
No. If he was, you'd be nowhere on the fucking docket as that.
I'm confused.
Anyways, no. We're gonna look into as much as we can. You are not the automatic suspect. And I only know that. Okay?
Cool.
Yes. I used to do bouncer works. Some of the movements and things you do have like triggered like professional stuff there. I won't lie.
That's kind of funny. I'm sorry. I won't do it to you anymore.
Yes, it's kind of funny until it gets you in trouble.
Chill, mellow.
Yep.
Hi, Emra.
I feel
Hello,
it.
Captain.
Hello.
Is everything alright?
They're probably experiencing the same thing I am.
Ooh.
The artifacts that had the that we were testing saw some backlash for psionics.
Oh, I see.
Weird.
Yes, mine too.
Ah, yes. More testing of the artifacts, so we can get more brownie points when we actually give them up.
Hey, at least it's not testing what chemicals I can breathe in.
That's.
I'm still recovering from the last one.
Yeah.
Gotta bring that up.
It's what Tally was doing. She's occupied with the
I'm joking.
things.
Why are you? Hey, why are you? You gotta calm down. No one's trying to kill you.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That was a threat on my person, security.
To be honest, though, Tashir is also a bit more on edge since we're worrying about other people.
Oh, there's more than me. That's neat.
If you have noticed, the food has dropped in quality when it comes to taste and been very low.
Believe it or not, I'm fucking anxious and worried about one of my friends right now. Speaking of Emra, has Valora talked to you about Chef? Yes, sir. No nod. Or just shrug. Shrug. Okay, I would like to voice my worries to you at some point, preferably more secluded.
Right. Yes. Let's not talk about the person's mental state in a group.
I didn't even mention his mental state. Could have just been all state. It's concerns.
Concerns.
Right. Security business.
Bit
Yeah,
friendly.
Yes, yes.
I'll catch you guys later then.
Mhm. Okay. I'm gonna do this.
Okay. Does not change anything though. Pickle just easily lying at the end of the day, but we have nothing to put him with the hydroponics issue. We need more information. Simple as that.
I need more proof.
You know, with all the issues the ship has, I hope one of them isn't anything to do with the systems concerning the, you know, escape pods.
I will triple check that everything is fine on the night shift. It is one of the few things I first to do anytime I have a night shift. Always go to the escape pod, making sure they are in perfect working order.
Well, and I will also stay to ask Dallas since they're the one that knows most about software, but they are also busy with all these other projects, so the man is skipping sleep.
Just like me, when I was not recharging properly. Which I might have to do another hour. The situation with Chef is stressing me out has drained my core a little faster than it should.
Having your cybernetic body have to experience anxiety is draining your battery.
Oh, no, it's not you. It's okay.
I mean, it can be if you're at least trying, you know.
I'm trying.
I should not say anything.
This is a response of my anxiety. I'm just make more heat out of me.
To move on with our lives. Good day.
Officer Cross.
Greetings.
Feeling good enough to walk.
Aren't you staying out of trouble?
Cool. We have been double checking some systems in case there's some more systems or terminals that might have been overlooked for damage.
Right. So just the one.
Just the one thus far. Well, technically two now.
What?
One of them which we make the assumption that Burke did it, and now today this other one.
Right. Okay.
It's becoming a problem.
Understood.
We are not assuming that Burke did the second one. There is no proof for that. Sadly, I checked the logs. Not too much movement.
Can't you just do the magic and peer into his brain and simply sift out the facts?
Oh, you want me to sit back down and say, "Hello, sir, would you like me to pull into your psyche and pull out whatever memories I can find?"
It would make it a lot easier.
As far as he understand that, as he told to me as the Tashir, he did not know something was wrong until he started hearing people say that he had done something.
Of course.
Of course, though,
Alright.
I agree. He could easily be lying, but we have no proof. We will not act without
That is
proof.
the rub.
We can't risk that in the ship.
You're right.
People in the
However-
governments can do because they can replace the people that they, incarcerate. We can't replace the people we have on the ship.
What was that first word?
It's one of those words that I have issue remembering which one. So I go to say another word completely. I don't think they incinerate people for small crimes.
I mean, you.
I mean, possibly.
The replaceable, as you said. What happens?
Well, we are not living in a mechacorp world. No offense.
I don't take it. People are chuckling behind my back all day.
Yes. Well. So. Well, if he didn't do 2 words, he's stupid enough to do that. That's my question.
Well, the fact that it's a good cost.
doubts.
Yes.
Well,
Much better.
Very good.
it could also easily be someone else deciding that, oh, they want to do that and using it and hoping that it just goes for whoever did the original issue. There is so many possibilities, and sadly, without proof or more clues, we're in the impasse. The best we can do is have people patrolling and checking areas more often, so that if something is wrong, we can spot it.
We have to do our job ×2.
Well,
we have to do our job.
You'll have to do your job. I'm on medical leave.
Yes, I'll pick the slack. Fine. Well, surely they won't. What are the import? We have hydroponics, we have the engineering bay, we have the engine room, and the what? The bridge that is of import.
Bridge.
The 5th, which I assume is.
Bridge, I would think is very low priority to whoever's doing this. Too risky, too close to where all the movement is. It is basically impossible to go to the bridge and leave without being seen, as the camera is literally looking at the hallway at completely time. The 2 terminals that they have been to have been in areas where the camera is in a moving position. Thus, there is a chance that you're not spotted.
So he's smart.
But it
So
is also assumed. Well, the cameras are very visible.
Well, I know that, but that means it is premeditated, obviously. It wasn't just out of a fuss, a tantrum, planned. Well, found your way back, haven't you?
Yes. So, what did I miss?
Oh, just talking and theorizing about the hydroponics missing parts issue and the possibility of it being a person doing multiples, but literally without any further proof, we have no,
Captain, there's something I forgot.
Oh.
Horvix here is wanting to make a sort of ammunition that will knock out opponents. So a non-lethal gas grenade.
What did you say?
So a chloroform grenade.
Essentially, yes.
Talk to Tashier about it, but sure, as long as we're not killing people with gas.
Well, at first,
I already went over
this
that.
one. Well, at first I wanted
I don't know why I'm here anymore. You all have this handled.
Like a bio-explosion. But then I thought, maybe we make it like a gas.
Don't say a word.
But then I was told there was like war crimes if that's the case. So I decided that
Good to see you, officer.
Mercer did, and
You as well.
we went with the sleeping option.
I'd like that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm no explosives expert, so I wouldn't know where to begin in the creation of such a thing.
Well, I asked Cyan a lot, and then They said that if I get the okay from you and Mercer, that I should go and talk to them.
You have the okay from me then.
Okay.
Just same policy as Tashir has. Don't make explosives when we're in orbit.
I don't know how to make explosives.
Make sure that there's proper ventilation when you're making it then, so that no one falls unconscious.
Yeah, but when we want to go plant then? Good. I'm just asking, right whenever you are.
Well,
I was about to get
is there anything else that we should know about?
We got some more information on the Kochi.
Oh.
It was recently disclosed to me that they are a warrior race. A similar culture to our own.
Really?
They value military prowess and tradition as their currency. The higher reputation, the more you're able to negotiate.
That's why they sent Sid in this mission, I understand. Did I say that out loud?
Oh, it's probably going to be a rough introduction, though, for us. Even with the similarities,
You all hear a loud slap as Burke is smacked and Jane runs away.
That sounded painful.
Not my problem.
But anyway, instead of developing around faith, they developed with science at the forefront. But
a science-based
furthermore,
warrior race.
Of feelings.
I'll say like
What?
They're feline.
I don't know when, but I'll come to you.
Sid, please. Please. Don't do this to me.
Delon, you have permission. Given the glare he's giving me, you have permission.
Sid.
Come on, it can't be that bad.
You have not reacted this way towards Tashir. Have you not noticed that Tashir has some actions that would be reacted as cat-like?
I tolerate Tashir.
Are you going to be like this with that new person? I can. Well, they have tails. Those are more partial tails, too. I guess they're not a cat.
I don't know what their species arise from, or originate.
I don't know what they are. As long as they do their job.
Is it?
Hold. What is this about? What do you mean they're felines?
They're feline. They are a feline race.
You're telling me we're about to meet with cats and sit down and have a talk with them?
Yes.
Over tea and dinner?
No, it's not with a tea and dinner. It's with a tea and a sword.
It'll be milk and dinner.
And a sword.
Right.
I mean,
Offer them some milk.
You were complaining about humans picking on us. At least they're focusing on other things.
Well, I'm not a human, Captain.
Well, you were complaining about it earlier, so I figured you'd be happy that they're focusing their attention on something else now.
Fucking cats.
It's not that bad. They're just another race like any other. You really didn't like that.
Even I wasn't expecting
You don't
that.
have to run that way. You don't have to disappear like that.
Discovering prowess.
We haven't even met them yet. You don't need to look out the chip just yet.
I feel like there's some psychic disturbances going around.
When are we
Maybe you have
supposed to
more
be
in common with
meeting?
them after all. You have some
No,
feline agility.
no. Absolutely not. Do we have a rough... I need to mentally prepare myself when we're going to meet them, so I can put my best foot forward.
I don't have anything image-wise of them, but we do have the recordings of their language, mostly telling people to go away.
Of course.
If they are warrior race,
Bribing them with tuna yet?
I think you're pushing that a little too hard. You're really leaning into that cat thing. It's not. I don't think it's going to be that bad. We have a lot of
Careful, you don't want to be
similarities.
speciest.
I'm going to quote you on that. It won't be that bad, he said. Carol Tarpinson, captain of the
Sid.
Captain of the Tower 1.
And I also understand Sid.
Yes.
If they are a warrior race, they most likely will ask us to prove our mettle. And you are one of our better melee combatants.
Think of it that way. You get to prove yourself in the ring. First introduction, possibly.
I don't have to prove
them.
myself.
You prove it to them because they don't know you.
Exactly.
Well, they will.
They'll probably want to see who our best is.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Just
see, now I'm excited.
See,
now I have
just
reason.
don't act towards them like you would against a cat, but just another person, because we don't also want to just insult them of being a speciesist.
Treat it like it's me.
I won't.
Treat it like you're
I
fighting
beg
me.
you. That's a tall order, Captain.
Yes.
What?
Treat
it like it's one of our duels.
Well, our duels are different, Captain.
Anyway.
I will try my hardest to be nice.
Yes.
Right.
I'm
That's all
gonna
I
be
can ask, I
going
guess.
off ship with Palas and Stuart later. I just need to see if I can get access to my sidearm before we leave.
Oh, right.
Before they go, we
I'm
should
not leaving
probably
just yet,
check with
but I was just gonna
Palas to see if we have
come to you
results back.
soon.
Of course.
Yeah. Right. Thank you. Just wanted to check with you before that we could do.
Are you sure you want to do that today?
I want to do that. I want to get it done. This is a band-aid I've wanted ripped off for a while now.
Are you alright?
Okay, I missed the context of that final line, so see, I can't stop myself after what Tashir said, and now looking at it, I can't not look at it that way.
I'm still confused.
We can't say it's certain because they haven't said anything, and so.
Is it about relationships?
Tashir implied that the two are in a relationship. That was the implication there, in that talk between us and Burke. I don't know.
That is more clear.
That's why, with that idea in my head and some of the things they were saying, I could not just.
Of course.
Hello. No, and I blame you completely for it. You got the idea in my head that the captain and Sid, and then Captain told Sid to act towards a coaching that are feline race, to act like they are him, which made most of us go, that's the tall order, and I could not stop just. That whole conversation became really hard for me to take seriously. We know more about the coaching, though. science-based warrior tribes cats. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Ugh, I laughed too hard. I'm fine.
Pat.
I know.
I'm fine. Ah.
Hi.
Ugh,
Are you
I'm
okay?
telling.
You're dying.
Yeah, I laughed too hard. Started coughing.
People have been trying to find you.
More people.
I've been
Wow, you're so busy.
By people, do you mean just Dallas?
Dallas,
Or just
yes.
Because Dallas has already found me. I've
Yep.
already been found.
That's good.
Is there more people wanting to find me?
No,
Is that
no,
or
it was just Dallas.
No, just Dallas.
Secondly, it was actually just Jane, but I was helping them because I'm apparently one of the few people that can
Right.
actually understand mimics.
I
Oh.
wonder, I've had like 3 people come and tell me, "Hey, Dallas is looking for you."
Well,
I tell them no.
Yeah, because do you know about the wiring and hydroponics being ripped out?
I'm sorry, the what?
The wiring and hydroponics being ripped out?
I do not. No.
Good choice. Keep aiming for those dreams. This is perfect camouflage for you when you fly in the air toward against the blue sky.
Yes.
That's why the shirt. Now, in actual serious note, yes, it does still look good.
There you go. That's something to look
Yes.
forward to, Jetty.
My other one is in
yeah, I was
rough shape.
just gonna bring that up too, though. That
Mm.
it hasn't fixed. We don't know who did it yet. It happened sometime between.
Better make sure I don't get blood on this one.
and I'm assuming yesterday because I didn't see it happen yesterday.
Purple's not a bad color.
First, the control panel.
Yes. Perhaps the next one.
I think there's
Well, I mean, if you get enough red on that one, you'll get purple, right?
Wasn't it confirmed that?
You see, that's blue.
I don't think that's how it works.
I forgot how
And
your
I don't
color
really want
blindness
to try
went.
that, I'll be honest.
Right, I know you can't see
I
your
can see that's
purple.
blue.
Yeah.
Blue is one color that I can see. I see the blue. It's a very lovely shade of blue. Complements the brown of your feathers.
Ah,
I know you're not brown.
Yeah.
I know you're not.
Well,
I was very really on top what red looks like.
Well, technically, they're not even red.
your feathers
Is
are
it
red.
brown and red?
Oh no.
I've been told that they're red.
Well,
Wait, what is it?
they're technically white.
Costa.
Mm.
Looked like someone literally punched through.
You just spilled that much
it's-
blood?
Oh no, no. It's a tradition of my people. It's something
You
we
dye
end
your
up putting in.
feathers?
Yes.
Huh.
Do you have to retouch it?
I can only
Yes.
know of a few people who are strong enough
Every
to do
day.
this shit to
Oh.
do
Actually.
Oh.
down. I don't think any of them are possible. Anyway.
Well, it's just sort of a tradition of ours.
So the dark circles and the how it makes a line, that's also by choice.
Oh no, those are the darker areas of the feathers. They just don't dye red.
Okay.
So there's natural body markings and
naturally
these dye over
black
them.
and white.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm assuming the lighter feathers are a choice, or just haven't been dyed all the way.
Yes, they've been not dyed completely. Oh, it's come off of it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially considering that's how you put on your EVA helmet the most.
Yes, it's quite a bit of a challenge.
Mm.
Not really.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
It's serious, but I don't
That
like
being
to the
said,
point where-
I do have a bottle of purple that I plan on using on individuals who might be giving me shoes.
I see.
No.
Yes.
Well,
Mm.
Just need to find the motivation behind
Oh no, I'd hate to be purple.
lions. way, we can lower down.
So I don't think it would affect you very much. But you wouldn't get
I mean,
good
it-
shoes.
I have no reason to.
Yes, there's the other crew member who will not have use for shoes. Buying shoes.
I have little feet. I don't need shoes.
As I said, if somebody delivers shoes to you, I believe it's more of a threat.
Oh, soon you will be needing cybernetic legs that fit into these boots. Is that the threat?
Or that they're going to kick my ass. But I've already had that
Holes
today,
in
so...
into them, and then we could put your talons through them.
See, if someone gave me a pair of shoes, I would take it more as a challenge and probably shove it down their throat.
Precisely. Yeah.
Actually,
Though it depends on the shoe, because if it's little booties for the feet of these, because the traction isn't great, I'll accept it.
We can get you little dog booties.
Yes, sir.
And then come on, cat
I
booties.
would actually
better.
prefer
But
a switch out
Dress
of the foot with better traction on it.
maybe if we upgrade those, we can do that.
Because
These are actually
Black and
they just need fine-tuned adjustments. Honestly, they're
Would you
relatively
like-
good quality build.
Gripping adjustments for those?
I would like a reinstallation of the grips on them. Yes.
You're not with your people, so I don't understand the tradition.
They had grips when I came here, and then they've worn down.
So to
Exponentially.
explain,
We probably have
my guys have
grippy
always
tape
done it.
stuff
There are others
that we
of
can
my
put on it.
species who don't exactly match.
I'm not
So how
slighting
are
it,
I feeling?
so
Who don't?
I'm still
More of a
getting
family
used-
thing, I suppose.
They're weird, but I like them.
Or a plan thing.
You haven't death gripped anything yet, right?
I have
Like,
not grabbed.
smashed a
I
bottle?
have not. The only thing I have grabbed is a potato chip with like my 2 fingers, and I
So,
like, set it in
it won't
between.
hurt me if I don't. I do feel obligated
So
to
I
do it.
haven't grabbed anything yet.
A boring routine,
Okay.
let's say.
Might have to test that out.
Alright. I just think it'd be curiosity to, or it'd be really nice to see a different color.
The amount of force you would have to put to actually break
That's what
it
they-
would be pretty significant. And the
Especially
fact that
when
you
you're
would
sneaking
want to
around.
avoid that much force, most likely you will not get it that bad.
You know,
Also, that's why I'm extending this hand.
Snow planets.
Not the other
Yes.
hand.
Yes, it could. Be very stick out like a sore thumb
If
I
it
walked
does
around in snow
somehow
like
break, we
this.
can always fix it. There's no harm.
Well, I mean, you could always just
If you want to make certain to like avoid any major damage, like you could just
Yeah.
hold
You want
like
me to
some
go
of the
get a
like
nutrient
part-
bar?
I can get a nutrient bar. I haven't eaten today. This is a good test.
Go get a nutrient bar.
It's true.
I should go to
Maybe
my
I should get a
bed.
white
I'm curious to see this. Get some rest, I say, as you are about to do.
Yeah.
You know, there is. I don't know.
You know what? Perfect place. I can sit down for a bit.
It has an issue of doing that.
That's not what I wanted.
I mean, it works.
Yeah, it works. Chip bag. Okay.
Chip bag and bar. Oh, and another bar. Okay.
I'll take the second. I'll take the second bar.
About this.
Yeah, I'll take the bar.
You do realize we have to log how much you eat, so if you eat too much, then there will be issues with the
I set
shift.
it to log as it gets dispensed.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's not on my record. Oh. Anyway.
It's on my record, yes.
Oh.
And technically mine.
Yeah.
Yes, the chip bag is.
But not on mine, so I'm good.
It's in this record here.
Okay. I sit so I don't explode chips everywhere.
I didn't eat that much today, so. something.
No, fair enough.
I have not eaten.
That is a point.
Can I help you?
Emma, have you eaten today? Yeah.
That is your fellow medical.
Here you go.
I'm aware.
Oh.
Okay. Just gotta open.
Oh, you're meant to take off the wrapper. Okay.
Oh.
This is actually a really good test because you have to open it and.
I exploded it.
Oh.
Too much force.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm at least able to grab the stuff with my fingers. It's just the force pressure is kind of wacky. I'll get used to it. It took me a while with the new arms, or with the old arms, so.
It's those things that people don't always think about.
Always hungry?
I got a fast metabolism.
Well, -1 on keeping them full time, I guess.
Hey.
That is a joke.
Anyway, should my registration in the room probably gone through, at least the temp codes?
I believe so. I can.
Do you need actual codes?
Until. Yeah, he's set up as a temporary until we get the paperwork sorted out to make him permanent. So these codes will. This code will only let you into the door until you get your handprint registered in. So memorize that code there.
You need to send Mercer the room and the code, so we have to put it into the AI.
It has been already tracked on the sheet that
That's
I
the
have
section
access
I
to.
do know.
I think the AI auto
Notice.
looks at that and registers.
Oh,
No,
interesting.
not anymore.
Not anymore?
Not anymore.
Okay, I will definitely very carefully send
right,
over this. Let's not apply too much force on my screen and break it.
I can set up the codes to the door. Other than that,
There was a...
the AI won't know exactly who has the codes, so we will have to put it in later. But for now, the codes will work.
Yeah, a little tired, so I was planning on retiring to the room.
Yeah. Oh.
Can I
I can get it
access
later.
it? Or...
Okay. Wait, no. Actually, no, not later. Hang on.
Bye.
I totally still have my device out as I grab this. Okay. Coast, if you can move over there a little bit, and then you stand right there. Need a photo for your log. Sure that works. Smile. Cool. That will be logged.
Yep.
Cool. But if the at least door codes will work for now, I think I'm gonna retire for the evening.
Yeah, they'll work.
Should work.
What room is it?
I forwarded room R6. R6.
Yeah, they'll work.
Cool.
Yeah. It's the completely empty one, so it would be better.
Yeah, they'll work.
I forwarded the thing, so it's all in the registry. It just needs to link the temp profile to him, which will take a little bit.
Yeah. He's currently registered as a guest, I believe, so we'll also fit the whole file in.
Yep.
Access is denied. Bitch. Sorry, I'm getting frustrating with my own system here.
Best of luck with that. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good
I wish
night.
you good night. Rest well.
It's still really jarring on how responsive these are.
Did I make the cybernetics too good?
No, it's like I was living off of a really shit version for so long.
Fair.
It's like having a pair of glasses that is like the very first prescription that you ever needed and never getting a new one and then suddenly getting an updated one.
I would understand the feeling.
Yeah.
There's a reason why maybe the biggest amount of money that I got when I retired from the fleet went into making sure I had good enough hand compared to the military one. Especially because I was quite late, they gave me a high quality one.
Murdered any of the chips other than the first one, it seems.
I just murdered the bag. They're all over the table.
Yeah. It might just be something that you have to get used to. But if
Yeah,
it does
it's
persist after
the,
a few days, then we can calibrate them again.
It's pull strength currently. Grip strength seems to be fine. I didn't crush the bag upon holding it. So grip strength is fine. It's pull strength.
That is definitely something to get used to, yes.
Yeah. I'll see if it evens out in coming days. They've been able to pick up things relatively fine. Like it's a little... I'm also being overly cautious, but nah.
That's fair.
The more you do it, the more it becomes just natural.
Well, I'm going to do my round around the ship, make sure I'm not needed to repair anything else. Have fun with your chips. Good luck with the arms.
I'll be making one at a night shift. Make sure to look around and put it in a log, so I can...
Speaking of though, when you're wearing those and testing them out until you're fully, comfortable with them, we'll be avoiding chlorine.
Yeah. That was a figure. That was a given figure already.
You will be surprised how many people would not take it as a given.
I don't want to see what happens if I pick up a glass just yet.
I don't want to see what happens if you pass out and I'm too tightly wrapped.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Good for you.
I need to do edits for the combative versions on the design. Send it to Costa before I go to bed, but I also need to have Meyer trim down my horns.
As using the basic set of words by the historically famous human chef, finally some good fucking arms.
Yeah?
That sounds funny.
Thank you, Internet, for immortalizing people with interesting ways of communicating with people.
think it finally registered how much I'm trying to become my own person again. Guess these were the actual step forward in that. Not relying on something a company gave me.
You know, it's just the first step too.
My
Since-
brain's already coming up with more augments that I can fix and have upgraded.
No, but Tashir,
I wish I could say the same.
short term, we're on the ship, you know, you're here. But then, what about after? It's not, you're no longer, wouldn't be contained in the ship. But
What do you mean?
that's then.
Mm.
What, you think they're gonna just return you back to your company once you're done here?
Oh, no. I am fucking absconding. Once this is over, I am hiding.
If you need
My
help,
retirement is disappearing.
I'm sure many people on the ship could help with that. If it comes to that. Well, that's
When your time comes. So.
when the time comes, yes. I don't think we have to worry about it too much.
Well,
And
I do want to make my old lab somewhere secluded, hidden. So if anyone wishes to hide out for a little bit, I'll make sure to give him my address. If
I don't-
just for a
I
day.
mostly want to disappear on a very lush planet and then just live in the wild.
it's gonna... I can't see many people be able to... There's not gonna be many people that will be able to get me to leave this groups of people I enjoy being with.
Fair.
Intel is telling you.
Hmm? Yes.
Harrison's looking for security. He would like to get his sidearm out.
Yes, he did mention that. I guess I should be in the security room when he needs me. Speaking of, well,
Yes.
yep, alright.
Yes.
Yeah,
Shall we?
sorry. Yep, we were in cafeteria.
And you were right there, and I ran around half the ship looking for you.
Listen, if you don't see people that you need to see, but you know they're somewhere at this hour, either the bar or the cafeteria.
That bar was actually the first place I checked.
Smart. No, yeah, we were. Tashir was testing her arms. They're getting used to having actually proper arms instead of the more cheaper variants they give out.
Oh, good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
Nagiri seems to be mostly safe, but we also saw what happened last time, so...
And talked to Argyle, who told me about how he got jumped this morning.
Wait, he was... Right, he did say he was outside. Yeah,
Oh,
so...
alright, I got a giant tree with me.
True. Still.
You want me to bring you back anything? You want like some new underwear or something?
If you spot a place that had like something like something I could make small, you know, like small, like something for craft, like arts and crafts, letters or something. Not much.
Letters?
leather to make like small booties, you know.
Origami.
Well, specifically more like that you could actually like, not like have on our legs, but something smaller. Or someone's little mechanic at the end of someone's mechanical legs.
Oh. Is this for
yes.
certain somebody?
Yes.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out.
It's at the point where I will just not deny it, but I also will.
I got you. I'll see what I can do.
I just wanted to be happy, and she seems to be happy around me, so I might as well write it out.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign, my friend. All right, yeah, I'll see what I can do. Can't guarantee it, but I'll look around.
Yeah, thanks.
Take care. All right.
There's not a peaceful lunch.
Private moment and
They know. If you want to talk to them before they know.
It's like I said.
It'll.
Hmm?
Are you free to talk?
Sure.
Sorry if I'm taking up your time.
Nah, it's fine. We're basically done with what we were talking about in the cafeterias. I will say first real quick though. Yeah. It's like as I feared yesterday. I've been too accepting, and I've been too just fine with it. Dallas is completely just like I see, you know.
What do you mean?
About me and Tashir.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I did ask him to get me some leather and stuff.
Actually, Dallas kind of pointed out myself. Z.
I mean, they were there talking with Burke while we were on the other side. So.
Yeah.
Chatty, Natalia wants to have a talk with me, so I'll talk to you later.
Hi.
No worries.
You're all good.
Slightly worried.
Yeah.
They've basically been following me the whole day like a puppy. I don't know if they think that will help get my trust back with how I said it. Anyway. Enough about me.
I wouldn't worry too much. I wouldn't worry too much about that.
So, what's up?
I'm sure you're aware about the wires and hydro.
You know what? Let's do it this way. Maybe you're better look in this direction.
That might help. The wires and hydroponics. It was only recently just told about them. I was headache. Talking to Delas and Costa about it all. Kinda wanted to, like, what's the word?
Can I log out?
Oh, yeah. Head into bed?
Must see why I came in here. Not quite heading to bed yet, but...
Alright.
Have more security, right? When most of the crew is asleep. Because from what Dallas and Costa told me, these happenings have been happening at night, in the night shift. Apparently, there's nothing on cameras either. Also kind of concerns me. And I was just thinking, if there's a way to have more security at nighttime. I don't know if this is going to solve anything. I'm trying to connect as to why these consoles and panels and wires are getting destroyed.
Looted.
Why this is all happening. Yeah.
Basically.
Well, the training arena, that was parts taken out of it, right? Was it parts taken out of the console?
If I remember right.
The hydroponics one. The hydroponics one was supposedly smashed, like as if someone forced their way through and ripped out the wire. So, I don't know if that's... Surely that's connected, but I'm just concerned it might happen again. It may be something more vital, like the reactor. I don't want any of those consoles being touched, unless it's by myself or my...
Right.
And
you should find Chatty and mention to them to not check the reactor. Then they will they are planning on staying up for the night shift and use that time to, among their normal duties, keep an eye and check consoles around the ship. Me and them have already checked both the second floor and first floor consoles in the hangar today, just in case, since they are in the back and easily accessed without anyone noticing. So we know they have not been touched.
Yeah, I might talk to the captain about enforcing a more stricter, for the time being, including the engineers, a more stricter, what's it called, access to the reactor room, and limiting it to just myself, Master, and the captain. No one else, just for the sake of making sure none of those panels are damaged, because those are the most vital ones in the ship, apart from the bridge.
Right.
It's
and the
concerning.
bridge, I don't see anyone trying anything with the bridge, as the camera is straight in there. Anyone who will do anything with it, it will be immediately noticeable, because all of those systems are sensitive, will immediately notice if something goes wrong. So we could easily then tell if whoever it is.
That's if you're awake at night, because this has been happening at night, and yeah. I'm just worried that something more important is going to be damaged, or had parts taken from them for whatever reason.
Yeah, I understand. I need to double check.
Need to run
I need to double check if how many security personnel we have during the night shift, and we have to make sure that at least we have somebody in the keeping eye on the cameras consistently during the time. And if we don't, we'll see who during the day shift is willing to skip some sleep.
I also need to check the... what's it called? List of parts. Got the name of it, and see if anything was taken from there.
Palace was checking inventory earlier, so they most likely have
inventory. Thank you.
Yes, they were at the next to hangar in the
maybe
equipment bay, so they most likely at least have an up-to-date list. I do not know if
all of inventory or just for science.
I don't know. You will need to ask them.
I'll try and find, I guess.
And if you don't find them, maybe send them a message and hope they get it before they fully go to sleep.
Right. If not, I can always tomorrow. But
oh wait, they just left. Fuck. They went planetside with Dallas.
I think they took Stuart with them.
So gonna have to wait until tomorrow.
They're going planetside. I'll have to wait till tomorrow, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's... Alright. Yeah, no, that's all I had to ask. It's just raising concern.
Yeah, I understand. Me and Teddy are also trying to keep an eye out, so...
Well, if you notice anything mechanically or engineering that's out of place, tell Chatty to let me know, or just come find me, because I really want to get to the bottom of this. The ship is already such a fucking mess, we don't need someone else already destroying it from the inside, so... Yep.
I understand. That's why maybe we should have Dallas check the software of the escape pods at some point. Unless that was updated with the whole system.
Well, I talked to Dallas, and he checked some systems. He checked the security cameras, but there was nothing. Which is concerning, because there's a security camera outside hydroponics, and there's a security camera outside the training room. And if someone wasn't seen, then it's
but
either
both of
they
those
went to the
cameras,
vents.
both of the cameras are the moving cameras. They are not just consistently watching at the center. There is a moment where the camera moves where you do not see movement.
Is it just for the training room, or is it also hydro?
Those are the two moving ones out of all 6 cameras we have. The training room camera is also the one that it turns to the hallway and
it leaves blind spots.
Yes, I'm fully aware.
Because the reactor's right there, and you would kind of expect to have a camera facing directly at the reactor. But no, I need to speak to Polaris. Then I'm probably gonna, if the captain isn't already aware, I will also inform the captain, and then whenever Mercer is awake, I'll let him know as well.
Well, the captain is aware of what happened today, as Palace was possibly worrying that it was Sid who caused the damage. Apparently they slept in the hydroponics last night. Or at least spend extended time there.
Right, I think... If I remember correctly, I was told that Sid stayed a night in hydroponics.
There you go.
Maybe I should talk to Sid as well. I don't know.
Lots to worry about.
Yeah, but I don't have anything else to... I think someone's waiting for you.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm getting antsy myself, I won't lie. Today has been, at the same time, non-eventful and eventful.
It really has been, yeah. Although I've started to notice. I never see Stuart. Oh, headache. I never see Stuart. Always, they always run off. I did see them a glimpse once. I saw them running off into one of the rooms. On the lower levels. I caught a red glimpse, and that was it.
Hey, look, I found a stray cat.
Not a stray.
No. Sorry. Seeing you sitting there, just in this corner specifically, just made me think of that one. Sorry.
I'm surprised, in the bar, the cafeteria, it's a lot more comfortable.
There's a captain and a Chip and Chatty in the bar, and captain is an uncomfortable amount of angry energy or disappointed. And Chatty's just not talking.
I won't talk to the captain today.
Considering how angry Sid was going into their room, yeah, something happened.
Well, he's fully aware of the issue in hydroponics, so. We'll handle this, and if things get worse, then we'll update him on it. But for now, let's let him cool down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what places would there be where we could just relax for a second before we go check up on Chef.
I don't think Chef's gonna answer the door tonight.
He doesn't need to answer. Just hear that we're there and we're waiting for him. I think that's all we need to do. For that, I feel like I should relax a bit. Any place come to mind? Well, I mean, technically, Dallas is off ship. So we don't need to worry about somebody just coming in and, well, telling us whatever is happening in there.
I have been consuming too much human media.
What? You had... you had...
I'm glad you ended that sentence the way you did.
I'm sorry. A certain someone made me look at a group of people in a relationship, and suddenly I can't stop thinking about it.
Not thinking about relationships?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you blame me? It feels like things are getting more and more stressful. So it's fine, just... You know what?
Under the table we go, I guess.
Listen, just think of it as small hidey hole. We don't have to worry about anything else while there.
Yeah, true.
We most likely will have to just use the bedding as like a back thing, because if we try to go the other way, it's not gonna be enough for both of us.
It's fine. I'm just gonna sit.
Oh yeah, I guess that works too. Ooh, give it a second. Listen, when I sit down, my hips don't know where they are for a moment. It's a downside of having people around you.
Mm-hmm.
But even after all this, will not change it for anything. Better than being alone.
There we go. I don't have to lay down. I just wanted to lay down.
I know. I'm getting a bit more comfortable myself.
Easy.
There, I got my pillow under me. I just wish it had never gotten that bad with him. But we'll help him. Right, it was even... As long as it doesn't get in the way of work, huh?
Hmm.
With how emotional he sometimes seems to be. Really don't know what to think about Sid. You should have seen him. The moment he heard the coaching arc felines.
Is it a classic dog hates cat?
Mm-hmm. We were able to flip his annoyance to meet him into excitement by pointing out that they're warrior like, just they have similar tribalistic style based on strength like the Vlakans apparently. So he will most likely be out there doing the meetings to be the, you know, challenger, the one who will have to prove his strength. So now he's looking forward to that.
I don't mind helping with more of the diplomatic approach.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to prove yourself to people all of the time. It gets tiresome.
But it's a possibility that they will try to do something like that, so in that case we'll let him handle that part while we do the talking, I guess. Because depends who the captain sends.
You know, let's hope the captain doesn't send the person that's been openly racist towards a lot of people to go meet with them.
Yeah, need to be careful about that.
Yeah. And if his his immediate response upon Learning that they're cat people is anger. Maybe he shouldn't go meet them.
I won't say anger, more of just bewilderment. Just like, are you serious? Like,
Yeah,
speciest.
that's confused anger. For lack of better terms, and to simplify it.
Alright. Well, if they have some sort of proof that you are strong enough to be worth talking to mentality or something. It will be one of the better ones for that. I said we would come here to relax, and here I am talking about all this.
Fine.
Well, that's me, I guess. Always working.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey. Once Costa's done with my combative arms, you want to help me test them?
Sure. I mean,
My sleeves are really long now. I think the old one stretched out the sleeves.
Maybe we should get some sewing things and shorten them a bit.
I like them. It's cute.
You know, you never notice it until you do something like this. The slight rumble. I remember one of the few first nights I was actually planet side. Trying to sleep. It was so quiet. For about 20 minutes. Then some yelling started coming out from behind the class. Didn't take me long to fall asleep listening to whatever arguing was happening over there. Isolation, huh? Just how much silence did you have to endure? How long did you have to endure? Shalash planet.
What?
You mentioned if you can abscond somewhere, it will be a lush planet.
I like plants. So I want to live with them. Experience something that was destroyed on mine.
Places like that usually have also lots of animals and bugs. You won't have to be worrying about it being too quiet.
I mean, what would also help is people coming with me too. But I understand you all have lives you do. It's a nice thought, though. I don't know if I'll be able to actually do it.
It's always good to dream. Have a goal. Something to aim for. I guess I should ask the next time I see him. What's his goal? What does he want to see out here in space?
Whose goal?
Chef.
Oh. I think it was to make his mentor proud or something.
I should remind him of that.
Yeah. So, I think what Sid said to him's kind of fucked him up.
There's gonna be a next time. And it's up to him to be better. The warrior race Flaken's mentality. So, quick check on
Hmm.
chef's door, and then to bed. What do you think?
I'll leave you to check on Chef. I gotta get my horns trimmed down by Meyer.
I see. Understood.
We're comfy sometimes.
I need to clean that up. Oh well.
Sorry.
It was my idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw this away
Mm-hmm.
before I go. I could feel the disappointed sadness in that room. And the awkwardness of everyone else.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing the trimmed horns, I guess.
I'm gonna see if I can get them fully removed, start fresh. They're a pain in the ass. But head's gonna be sore for a bit, but it'll be worth it.
I'll take note of that.
I mean, I'm basically getting bones ripped out of my head. It's gonna...
Right. Right. Most horns are just bones.
Yeah.
And you know.
The further you get to the base of it, the more blood vessels it has.
I remember there was this one guy who talked about these legendary creatures called unicorns. And scientifically speaking, there's another animal that technically is similar to that. And for them it's not a horn, but a tooth. Mm-hmm. That squeaked quite a few of the people in the dinner table.
Yeah.
That's why he got the nickname Horntooth.
I see.
Right.
Your naming conventions are weird for humans.
Nicknames are just things people remember the easiest, and then it sticks.
No, I'm also meaning like your last names. So I thought Delon was your first name this entire time, like your actual just name. No, it's your last name. I don't quite understand, but
not all humans
that's
understand.
semantics.
I won't be surprised if Delon was somebody's first name and then they just swapped it at some point.
Yes. Anyways, I'm stalling. We're stalling.
Yeah. Good night, this year. After you're done.
After I'm done getting these. Ugh.
Yeah.
Headache.
I felt that too. But you better do it now before you are too close to hear me be sad towards the door.
Well, I don't want to accidentally hurt you by touching you. Ah, these two hands are awful. Ah! Okay.
We'll have plenty of practice in the future. Chef? I don't know if you can even hear me through the door. You don't need to open. Just checking up on you. Telling that we're here, we worry. And just take your time. Just remember why you came here for in the first place. Why you wanna be here. Movies always have the hero have a goal, a reason why they left. Remember that. I'm here to protect you all. And I'll continue to do that. And if I can protect you from this, then good. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Even if for a moment. High five, man. Test out the arms, huh? Stun button. It's not a sword like Sid. Subdue, not kill. Good night.